Hello everybody, I'm Phoebe June Easterling and this is my RFP presentation. Come on. Okay, there we go. So this is the project view of This is the project overview of Cassandras. Cassandras will be the cruise ship of the stars, and it will be traveling from Earth to Mars in about 80 days. The ship will provide passage for 6,680 passengers and housing for 2,200 permanent residents. These residents will either be on the crew or will be Foundation Society members that have chosen to live on the ship. Cassandras will be a revolution of transportation through the universe, making it cheaper and more comfortable than ever before. So I am a part of operations sub-team. There is 4 different sub-teams. There is structures, operations, human factors, and automations. Operations tends to be more of the behind the scenes type of focus. As you can see, I am in charge of electricity, communications, ship storage, and ship tours. All of these pieces are kind of a part of running this ship, but they're not really meant to be thought of by passengers, or at least they're they're there when passengers need them. For electricity, I'm supposed to be providing the total power requirements of the ship, and specifying the total power distributed throughout the ship. The communications, I need to specify how internal and external communications will be happening. For ship tours, I must specify the accessible cargo and how this cargo will be accessed and distributed / consumed. For the ship tours, this is specifically on how the passengers will be able to view the ship and what areas they will be able to view on the ship. So for my first RFP point, we have electricity. Zap Industries will be creating the solar panels. Zap Industry is one of our subcontractors, and they have a system that is able to make 1,000 solar panels with a 2 square foot area in a day. This ship will require approximately 6 megawatts of power, and it will take approximately 31 days to create the solar panels. The area of these solar panels will be 61,796. These 2 columns here, the difference between these 2 different solar panels is that this is the required amount of solar panels when we are near Earth / in Earth's atmosphere, and this is the required amount of solar panels when we are at Mars or in Mars's atmosphere, so that we make sure that we always have power. Also, another thing is that these solar panel numbers are actually double the amount that we would technically need, because they're going to be round, so we don't want the problem of we lost sunlight. So they will be guaranteed 24 hours of total power generation. For communications, internal communications. So intercom systems will be set up throughout the ship so that they will be able to communicate with passengers in case of emergency or other situations. There will be a ship app that we will create and design that passengers can use and download on their phones to do things like, this is like a general idea of what types of different amenities this app will possess. But they'll be able to get reservations or have directions and maps of the ship. We're going to have tours of the ship, the activity calendars, because we've got tons of activities throughout the ship that will be offered. Human factors will go further into what those types of activities are. You can request things like room cleanings and different amenities for rooms and different entertainments. So yeah, that's just kind of the general idea. And of course, Wi-Fi routers will be throughout the ship to allow for internet access. For external communications, we'll be using Orbital Link, which is another one of our subcontractors, just like Zap Industries. And that will allow for external communication because they will be providing all of the necessary equipment for us, like, for example, satellites. For 3.4 or ship storage, there will be a total of 360 casks. Or casks are the standard shipping equipment for for space, and it's the standard size, just like there are ship containers. Nowadays, there is a standard shipping container for space. Well, a standard shipping container for the ocean. There's a standard shipping container for space. These storage areas will be located in the 2.47 rings for a slightly central location so that we can access all of these goods. There will be about 45 stacks. There will be 45 stacks of these casks. So there will be 22 in one ring and 23 in the other. They will be able to be accessed by lifts, and any person or robot should be able to retrieve these items. This is a shirt sleeve environment. This is the internal storage. There is also an external storage, which is dealt with by human factors. For 3.5 or ship tours, we will have 3 different types of tours. One is a self-guided tour, which will be offered throughout the entirety of the ship's sailing time. Passengers can access it anytime through the app and take detailed tours of specific areas. The second type of tour is the tour of public spaces. This is a limited time tour. It's in the first week we offer this tour. It's to help passengers get very used to the area of the ship, to the public access areas and the different activities, so that we don't have too many passengers who feel very out of their element. And if they want more detail, they can use that self-guided tour because that is offered throughout, but this is a very quick and brief tour. And then the behind the scenes tour is kind of the more premium tour where passengers will be able to see otherwise restricted areas. For this, we have this chart with the behind the scenes tour, including the robot repair room, the storage areas, the kitchen, and the fire prevention robot rooms. And the restricted areas that continue to be restricted even during this tour include the automation control room, the server rooms, the crew areas, and engine rooms. In conclusion, Cassandras is a marvel of science, but that should not distract from our responsibilities to the passengers. To give them the best possible experience, any passenger that boards our ship should have the highest care and consideration as we transport them, whether that destination is Earth or Mars. Thank you.